Hello, I'm Merzendi, and welcome back to Legal. So, last time in Legal, we decided not to enter the service just yet, and to do some missions for a guildmaster. Now, I do plan on entering the service, but I ideally want to enter it as an officer, and for that you need to purchase a commission. Now, a commission costs 13,000 francs. And a bit. So, in order to do that, we need to get a little money. So, we need to go to Konitz to deliver this wine. Now, that's quite a distance, but it's not too far, and I'm going to be stopping at these towns here, checking to see if there is a ransom broker. Here we are. So, yep, these bandits, 66 francs a head. That's... yeah. So, you can now... let's check out how much money we have. We now have 1,600 francs. We are quite a distance towards a commission, but I am first going to buy a coat. I'm a little tired of just a shirt, so let's have a look. Is there anything nice looking? This is reasonably nice. Not the best there is, but, well, the better looking things do cost quite a bit more, and really I shouldn't be getting one, but I really do want to. And I realised I forgot to check if there were any companions in here. No, there aren't any, but yes, let's just take a look at ourselves now. Much better look. Though it's a shame. It's a shame we don't really have much choice about breeches. But breeches. I'm never entirely sure how to pronounce that. Well, another ransom broker and what looks like a companion. 400 francs. No, I should have realised there was a reason I turned him down last time when he started talking about us meeting again, but oh well. So, let's try Hanover, and then we'll probably just skip to Konitz unless there is something interesting that happens along the way. The War of the Fifth Coalition really is over now, so that's certainly intriguing. And, well, we aren't in Konitz yet, we're in Berlin, and I'm just wanted to take a moment to show off this tavern scene. It's really impressive, and a companion, Artemena. So he's a siege engineer, or an architect. There's quite a bit of overlap. If you can build a castle, you can take a castle down. And it seems that the Castellan here didn't pay him enough, so he didn't have enough materials to... didn't have enough materials to complete the construction, and now the tower's collapsed. He wants to get out before he takes the fall. So, I know I said no to 400 francs for the other fellow, but for Artemena, 300 I think is worth it. And the reason is let's have a look at his skills. Yes, 4 in engineer and a high intelligence to boot. He's not exactly the best fellow that we could have recruited. That would be Jeremus, really. Or whatever his name has been changed to in Legal. If it has been changed already. There, as you saw with Artemena, some of the companions haven't even had their names changed yet, while others have been completely changed, apparently. I haven't encountered any of those, but apparently you can find Richard Sharp in the mod. At some point I may go and have a look around to see if I can find him to show you guys. Ah, here we are. 7 units of wine, 260 francs, and our relations have improved. As well as 1,000 experience. I'm quite happy with 1,000 experience. Here we are in Konitz. Again, this is a new scene. I haven't been to the town centres of any non-capital cities before, so I can't tell you if this is unique or if a few of them share models. Perhaps this guildmaster will give me a job to take me to another one and we can compare and contrast later. The caravan to Inverare, I think? Well, I can't really tell you how you should pronounce that, but I hope I didn't butcher it completely. Let's have a look. Ah, it is in Scotland. That's odd. I wasn't aware of anywhere in Scotland called that. So, I believe we are supposed to talk to these fellows. Yes. Yes. If you don't talk to them at least once before you arrive, you will have to do dialogue with them twice. So, but yes, you will have to do dialogue with them twice when you arrive. Once to say, yes, I am in fact your escort, who has been escorting you this whole time, and the other time to actually get your payment from them. So now we have some mountain bandits that we've come across. This will hopefully be a nice, even fight, and we are now actually a large enough party to be able to say, let's take to the field, rather than let's charge in immediately. I appreciate that. So, you know roughly how this goes now. Cavalry off to one side, infantry form 3 ranks, and take the centre. God damn it! Who said you should dismount, you bloody... And, as is the norm, I completely forget to tell my infantry to present arms. It may not seem like it's worth doing, but there is a bonus to using volley fire rather than fire at will, and that is the morale effect. The closer together the enemy soldiers die, the more morale effect their deaths has. So there we are. Those 6 soldiers, because they died all at once, they will have a much larger morale effect on their fellows, as we can see. This bandit is already running away. But because I am going to chase him down, I'm just going to have my troops fire at will. And... oh, that's a lot of lens flare. Bloom, sorry. And there we are. That's the mountain bandits eliminated. I need to remember to use my cavalry. I'm dreadfully forgetful about that. So, yes, we've now almost run out of recruits to upgrade, but we can upgrade one of our chasseurs à cheval. So, I don't know what either of these options does, so I'm going to try a chasseur à cheval elite. So that type of fellow gets a bear skin rather than a shako. The next one I'll upgrade to a de la garde. And we'll see which one is more aesthetically pleasing. It may be that they both have hideous bear skins and I just don't bother upgrading them. But I hope not. And just stopped off here to sell loot, check for a ransom broker. Since I don't think we're going to be going past anywhere but we did have a ransom broker earlier, will probably be... One problem with the map here is that it's very hard to tell where you can or cannot cross the sea. Because I would expect you could... Unless... Yes, there is really no pattern I can discern to it, so we'll just have to hope that... I know we can get to the United Kingdom, but I'm not entirely sure how. And yes, I wanted to go and see if I could find the guildmaster here and see if he has a job I can take on at the same time as escorting my caravan. And yes, here we are, but same scene. So at the very least the German towns, Prussian towns, I'm sorry, all have the same one. And tracking down bandits. We have 60 days. I hope we'll be able to find them, but... Hello. Oh, that's quite a host of mountain bandits.
We'll have our pay, or we'll have our fun.
So I'm going to take these fellows on. Hopefully it will be a nice success. It might not be. It's often really quite hard to tell how a battle is going to go in advance. Since I didn't take any special note of how well or poorly equipped those mountain bandits were we fought a little while ago, I probably should have done, since they appear to be the sort that we're likely to run into around here. That could have ended very badly. General advice: don't run in front of someone when they're aiming a shot. If they have poor depth perception because they've used their telescopic eyes, that you totally all have, right? It's not just a Mount and Blade thing, right, guys? Yeah. I know that is a bit of a weird gameplay act, but if someone is taking a careful shot, aiming, trying very hard to... Okay. I'm trying to hit someone. Don't walk right in front of them, or you will quite possibly find yourself shot in the face. And that Chasseur fortunately didn't, but he very, very nearly did. If I had been aiming just a little lower when I'd fired, he would have died. So now we can see that the formation we had set up has been completely broken, and several of our troops are dead. I probably shouldn't have taken on a larger party than our own. Or perhaps I should have moved back onto this ridge rather than across sideways. That would have been a lot smarter. I should learn to look behind me, I guess. We can now upgrade someone to a Chasseur of the Guard. Well, it's a different awful-looking bear skin, but yes, that really is still an awful-looking bear skin. And he's wearing his coat over his shoulder like a hussar, but yes, I really don't like the fashion that elite troops had in this period. Oh well. Unfortunately, there are not many mods set in a period prior to this, by which I mean the 17th century. There are a few, but the one that got the furthest, Twilight of the Sun King, which I have already spoken about in that it was one of the first to... Oh, actually, the first to include canon. The ransom broker has left. Unfortunately, the mod team was unable to continue work on it, and it remains incomplete to this day. I would record some Twilight of the Sun King, but unfortunately, there's a rather significant problem in that the town scenes, as you can see in Legal, very, very nice, and because of the importance of guildmasters, rather important. Oh, and yes, this town is a different scene to the Prussian ones, which I approve of. yes, the town scenes are quite important, as you can certainly see, and in Twilight of the Sun King, they are what has suffered the most by the mod team's inability to continue working on it. If you have played some Mount & Blade mods of your own, you might be able to guess these sort of problems. The water level is distressingly high, and NPCs can spawn underwater. This is doubly true in how important it is for the... Ah, there we are. 400 seconds almost, and we've leveled up. If you're attacked by bandits, and some of the bandits just spawn underwater, you have no chance of being able to find them. Unless you want to spend hour after hour running around and looking under every slight pool. It's really not a fun experience, and it would not make any sort of entertaining footage. Ooh, that's quite a nice weapon there, the Masterwork Heavy Saber. But Masterwork weapons always are. Now let's head back to Stettin to try to catch that band of deserters I promised the Guildmaster I would. Of course, by now they've probably run off far away, but it's worth having a look. Maybe I'll get lucky and I'll just wander straight into them. But I do want to enlist some volunteers, so yes, as they are French recruits. Sorry about having to check on everyone. Oh, Prussia and Prussia are that's good, mostly. But I'm not entirely sure if these deserters will have a special blue coloration, or if they will likewise be grey, as normal bandit bands are, and Prussian troops are. I can at least dismiss all of these ones with flags. They are actual Prussian armies. And you will have just seen the weekly wage counter come up, and something I have discovered that is that you don't actually have to be in the service for your troops to not cost you anything. It's quite peculiar. Well, we're now at the end of our time, so I'm going to come back next episode having found these deserters. Or having spent long enough looking that I'm giving up. So, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time in LEGO.